you walk out in front of 60-odd thousand, that is a test of nerve, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. It'll be, you know, I think if they can get through the first 20 minutes, hopefully maybe get an early goal, let the nerves settle down, then they'll be able to showcase what they can do, as they've done all season.
Plenty of people here tonight, very familiar faces, including the great Brian Robson, Tony Cooper just behind as well. Mickey Phelan here. I spoke to Harry Maguire a little bit earlier on, and there you go, class of 22. We are ready for an 11th Youth Cup victory, and it just shows you, Ben, as well, the importance of the academy and the youth team to this club. How many other clubs would get 60-odd thousand people in for a youth game?
Well, I was talking to one of the journalists earlier, and they said that this will probably be one of the biggest crowds that anybody from Nottingham Forest has played in since the cup final of 1992 at Wembley. So it just shows you what a huge occasion it is for everybody, but how they value their youth football at Old Trafford.
Here come the lads then. Rhys Bennett leading out Manchester United, Jamie McDonnell leading out Nottingham Forest, who of course are coached by Warren Joyce, a very familiar figure after spending all those years as Manchester United's reserve manager. And Nottingham Forest in their away kit, and let's be honest, you can't miss them in that, can you? It is, shall we say, a unique strip. Things slightly different when you get to a Youth Cup final. You get the national anthem, and obviously you have to meet dignitaries as well. I'm sure, Ben, you probably want to just get on with it. Don't you? You get out and start playing if you're a young lad out there.
Yeah, you don't really want to go through all the formalities, but you know, if they are going to ever get to a cup final at Wembley or somewhere on the European stage, they are going to have, or represent the country, they are going to have to go through this. So what better preparation than to do it at an FA Youth Cup final?
Already Alejandro Garnacho has won an award tonight. He wants to win the Youth Cup later, but he's already won the Academy Player of the Year award. And it's nice to see the lads standing there looking at this Sir Bobby Charlton stand where we are, and picking out their families and waving to their families and friends, because sometimes you forget it's not all about these lads, it's about all the people who've been with them on the journey.
Yeah, and the people who've given them the best chance, driving them here, there, everywhere, you know, and just they are part of the journey themselves. You know, they've sacrificed a lot, and the lads have. And so, you know, looking up, hopefully make them proud, because I know they'll be watching the boys on the pitch feeling immense proudness of, you know, where they are right now. Usually
these have been two-legged finals over the years, but just one leg tonight. Now, what's going to happen? We're going to see the dignitaries from the FA, John Seddard's Neil Cassar, who are from the FA Youth Committee, and the captains of both sets of players are going to just introduce their teammates to them. And it's a nice moment, this, because it has got kind of echoes of like an FA Cup final, isn't it? You know, you meet the dignitaries, you go through the national anthems. Do you remember all this?
I never did it at Wembley. But I have been through something like this, but not to this scale, because obviously when we played in the final 30 years ago, we didn't get anything like this. So it's something, listen, you heard Nick Cox say it, it's something that no matter what the result, obviously the result's going to have a big impact on the way that they feel, but it'll be a night that they never will forget, and I hope it is a special one for them, and it ends up being a memorable one.
Warren Joyce there, big smile on his face. Brilliant job he did at Manchester United, and what a brilliant job he's done at Forest, bringing Forest to their first ever Youth Cup final. Important night for the officials as well. Josh Smith is the referee, who usually plies his trade in the Championship. I spoke to Warren Joyce yesterday. He was in relaxed moods, and his side actually pretty well matched with United. They're level on points in the Under-18 Premier League North, and they meet again, would you believe, this weekend for the final game of the league season. They're level on points in third and fourth, so they've got to do it all again this weekend.
Well, I don't think any of them will be thinking about that, and obviously the winner of tonight's game pretty much won't care about it either. This is the big prize that's on offer for them both this evening, but I do hope that, you know, they don't get, I don't want to use the word carried away, but the fact that, you know, they're up against a very, very good side in Forest, who've done equally as well as United have to get here.
The main man is here, Sir Alex Ferguson, who played a big role in the rebirth of the Manchester United Academy, because Ben, you know, he showed such a great interest in young players and in this competition.
Yeah, massively so. I don't think there was certainly no home leg of both our journeys in 92 and 93 that Sir Alex missed. But his focus was such, you know, so huge on being able to bring the best boys to Manchester United when he very first came into the club in 1986, and that came to fruition, you know, 5 years later with us, and multiple teams have done it since, and we're hoping that this class of 2022 can emulate that this evening.
Ladies and gentlemen,
So time for their national anthem then. Here we go.
Respect the national anthem.
Great applause all around Old Trafford. So special for these young lads. Right, confirmation of the teams then. One noticeable absentee for United. Centre-back Tyler Fredrickson. Ellie injured. In comes Louis Jackson. Reece Bennett, captain. Really dangerous front three. And on the day Garnacho was awarded the Academy Player of the Year, can he add to his 5 Youth Cup goals? Forest, led by Warren Joyce, memorably beat Chelsea to reach
You would say they're getting closer, but I'm not sure it was.
The outswinger, Hanks, jumps well. He was up against Hansen. Hansen's in that near post space. He just runs in behind him. Again, I think he should do a lot better.
Just trying to see if that was too high for him, but I'm not sure that it was, Stuart. Maybe just mistimed, if we're nitpicking. Played almost all of their league games this season, only scored once, Justin Hanks. Here he is. We've had a couple of shots charged down, two decent, well, one decent, one very decent headed chance. Johnson into Collins. Powell backing himself against Garnacho, backing himself against Murray too, and drawing a foul from the latter. Another chance to deliver some quality to that United box.
Well, he's a strange one, Powell. He's very much a left-footed player, playing on the right-hand side as the right wing-back. He gets an arm across his face there from Murray.
Regular performer in that position at league level. It's a settled Forest side in that regard. Not quite the same with Manchester United, where some of the performer in that position at league level. It's a settled Forest side in that regard. Not quite the same with Manchester United, where another good delivery. Older youngsters nodded on by Collins, and then again by Hanks. And I don't know if that was quite full of all the purpose you'd want, that volley from the back of the box from Pharrell Johnson. But Stuart, they are causing problems and winning headers with every set piece at the moment. That'll be a concern for Travis Binion and a cause for hope for him, Warren Joyce.
And it hasn't come from the centre-backs either. It's the midfield players that have won the headers. McDonnell and Hanks.
McAdam, the left wing back with the throw. Hansen. Back to Bennett, and all the way back to Vitek. Closing down was Dale Taylor. Passed around that blitz. Neatly nodded down by Hammond, and then more agriculturally launched forward. The flag up here. Saparosong.
Yeah, he was coming back from an offside position. Haven't really seen him link up with Taylor so far. Taylor's had that shot from across, but they're at their best when they start linking up with each other, playing as a pair. There's the other one, Taylor.
Score of the 86th minute equaliser against Chelsea at the City ground. He then teed up the next as well a couple of minutes later with a glorious pass. Safety first there from Zach Abbott. First quarter of this final has passed. Manchester United lead, but it feels like a very even contest.
I think it's fair to say we haven't seen the star players perform just yet. As the game gets spread, players get tired, maybe we'll see some better performances from the individuals. There's Steve Cooper, the Nottingham Forest manager, who's done a brilliant job. Former manager of the England under-17s that won the World Cup. Along with Stephen Reid, who's been tipped to go and manage AFC Wimbledon.
Saparosong, Van Gore gets a good touch on it. Steve Cooper's delivered a few messages. He said he wanted to let Warren Joyce get on with it, not tread on his toes, but he has himself prospered from some Forest Academy boys this season. Brennan Johnson, Joe Worrell, Ryan Yates, former Forest teenagers who are now in that side that has taken more points since he took over than any side in the Championship. They nearly, from bottom three, got into automatic promotion. Incredible run under Cooper.
He did a great job in the Liverpool Academy. That's where he started out. Then he went to the England, worked for the FA, won the World Cup with England under-17s. Went to Swansea and did an excellent job there as well.
He's clearly got it.
He's got a former referee at the top level.
Free head around the back this time. Nice idea if that was a little training ground manoeuvre. They better get back in a hurry though. What these United forward players want is a bit of space to do their thing. Look at Hansen making the break through the middle here, and he was being looked for by that pass as well. That was cheaply given away by Bennett. Having looked good from set plays. A sort of semi-counter possibility there for Forest, but it's calmed right down. Now it hasn't. Here's McAdam pulling it back. Nothing wrong with that ball. Shooting chance. Good block from Louis Jackson. Forest haven't gone away though. They feel every bit as much of a threat than Man U, if not more, but need to keep that back door closed while they go in search of an equaliser, and helping them do that there is Ben Hammond.
You notice when Nottingham Forest are attacking, Nacho doesn't come back, he stays up the field, he's ready for the counter-attack with McNeil. Mather down this near side has to do a lot more defending. He's the right-sided attacking player.
Clearly happy to commit the bodies forward, Forest, when the moment allows. Sounds like a daft thing to say, but take the goal out of this game, I make them the better side so far. Here's Mather, scored against Forest in the league win earlier this season. Sam Mather. It's been missed out there, nice ball for Hansen. Languid look. And that delicacy of pass, nice roll from McNeil into Garnacho. Gore. Yeah, a bit of possession this for United inside the Forest half. Gerardo into Hansen, they're working this nicely.
But there was a great example of the quality of some of these Manchester United players. Good passing, good movement, individual brilliance, which so many of them have got. As we saw Bruno Fernandes there. As the ball played in, gets himself turned, tries to get the shot away. Doesn't always last the 90 minutes, Hansen. Even when he was playing well against Wolves and one of the key players, he still was taken off.
Bruno Fernandes in that number 10 role. Hansen plays. McDonnell on the charge here. I wonder if in a quiet moment he's thought about that chance. I think he wish he could have that again. Grappling away there with Kobbie Mainoo. And the free kick goes to Manchester United.
He's certainly a key player for them. McDonnell in that midfield, the captain, high energy player.
Abbott not taking any risks. Travis Binion playing ball boy.
He's almost playing as a sweeper at times, Abbott. Just filling in behind the other two centre-backs. He's done it quite well so far. Plays that little bit deeper than the other two, Johnson and Hammond. Call him a sweeper, but he's certainly 2 or 3 yards deeper than the other two.
Collins did well. Taylor showed some good balance there as well. They're having a little nibble at him, and they've given Forest yet another chance to deliver a ball into that United box.
There's the man that delivers the balls into the box with that left foot, Powell.
Was into the right area too, headed out as far as Ben Hammond here. Plenty still in there, and he's gone for the early return ball, which in principle wasn't a bad idea, but it's far too close to Radek Vitek.
I've got to say, he looks a very good goalkeeper, doesn't he, Vitek? Good physique, looks very composed.
Czech Republic, a country that has produced a lot of fine goalkeepers over the years.
I played with one, Ludek Miklosko, one of the first foreign goalkeepers to come to England.
50-50, says Dale Taylor.
Maybe got away with that one, Bennett. He's the man that separates the two teams at the moment. That was given by the assistant referee here.
Vitek got hold of that. Abbott met it again. Hansen again picking up his kind of position in between midfield and defence. Racing back in was McDonald to do a very fine tidy-up job. Slightly heavy touch, sees it escape there from Misaparo Song. They've got the job done one way and another there, Forest.
I think there might have been a handball as Hansen went to ground there. Every so often you see United pass it quite well, and they find Hansen in that bit of space. Good awareness by Gerardo, who's playing it right back. He's picked out 1 or 2 nice passes.
They grabbed him from Tromsø a couple of years back, his native Norway. Taylor beaten to it there by Louis Jackson. Johnson back to Abbott. It's not that deep a starting point. That's turned into one heck of a pass. We've seen the energy already of Powell up and down that right side. He got there. Collins.
He's done well to win a free kick there. He knew the challenge was coming, just got his body in the way, Powell. And now he's got a chance, I'd imagine, to swing this in with his left foot. Yeah, probably bought the free kick more than anything else.
Nowadays, any contact felt, get your body in between. They keep giving him chances. You get the feeling Forest might make something out of one of these, because he can certainly deliver from the dead ball. Right into the mix again. Bennett with a decent header clear for now, but they're staying up here, the Forest players. Johnson, well charged down by Sam Mather.
I don't think you'd be too disappointed with his team's performance so far. Warren Joyce, yes, he'll be disappointed they're 1-0 down. But physically, they haven't been found wanting.
Johnson back in. Taylor, tight angle, good block. Would have done miraculously well to score from there, but you never know where the ricochet's going to go. That's cleverly done. And off goes Mather. Wonderful touch on the stretch from Hansen, but not for the first time. McDonnell, he's got some legs in there.
Good legs, he's strong as well, he reads the danger. He's got forward to good effect as well.
There's that Powell left boot again. Out by Gerardo. That's a couple of times where he thought Hansen's in that position he wants to be in here, and he's been caught. He's in that position again now, by the way, as Mather finds McNeil out wide. Garnacho in the middle. Solid challenge there from McAdam. It was well defended by young Jackson. I think he meant that touch. If he did, it was a very calm, composed piece of defending. There's Powell again. Absolutely giving as good as they're getting here, Forest. It's interesting to see two very different systems, both looking like they could be a danger.
Well, he certainly got the better of Garnacho. The crowd aren't happy, they think it's a foul. It's a good challenge in terms of he got the ball, he got a bit of Garnacho as well. He's in a bit of trouble here. The Argentinian wide player.
Saparosong had to leave that in you once again. Perhaps a little sloppily. He was coming back from an offside position. Garnacho may yet be an Argentine. Played Spanish Youth International, called up by Argentina but not capped yet. Possibly a little bit of a tug of war going on about him. We shall see. A tangle began with the Forest frontman, I think, there, even if it might have ended with a bit of contact from Bennett here. Well, they were behind for 25 minutes at the City Ground against Chelsea, and they came back quite spectacularly in that one. It's the only time they've been behind in this Youth Cup run.
That's good play from Hammond. Powell was up the field, Garnacho receives the ball, but Hammond's not frightened to come out from his centre-back position to go and press Garnacho.
Lovely turn from Kobbie Mainoo. Options here. He's gone for Garnacho. It's exactly the sort of area he wants to receive it in. It's broken kindly for Mainoo here. Garnacho again, surrounded by Forest shirts, still manages to wriggle through.
Well, much better second twist and turn than the first one. First one he made the wrong decision to come in field, but that's where it all started. Mainoo getting away from Collins. He ran into trouble here, easily dispossessed. And he's still onside, Mainoo, when the ball came back to him. This was a good turn onto his left foot. Ends up going off for a throw-in.
Noticeable how quickly they got round him first time there. Three of them were within a couple of feet of Alejandro Garnacho. Nicely switched. Murray finds Garnacho again. Hansen happy to receive in those tight areas, even if he is surrounded himself by the yellow shirts of Forest. Bennett looking for Gerardo, cut out well by McAdam.
Player that has picked out some nice passes, he's shown good awareness, is Gerardo, the right back. He's also taken up some very good positions in field, which are obviously instructions from Travis Binion. You see it so often at big clubs where the fullback goes into midfield at times.
I was just going to say, there's a club in this city, don't wear red, where they do that a fair bit. And you're absolutely right, Gerardo's been in there a bit like a central midfielder on a few occasions. Runaway winners, incidentally, of the Under-18 Premier League, the blue half of Manchester. 10 points clear of Liverpool, who themselves are 10 points clear of Manchester United. That won't go down well. And Forest, dead level with them. The league fixture for them both to finish the campaign this weekend. Chelsea semi-final in the last 6 league games, they've won the lot, Forest, and unusually for youth team football level, they've kept a whole load of clean sheets in that time as well, which you don't see that many of when you're talking about under-18s.
And in most of those games, this has been the team they've played.
Mather on the run, Murray on the overlap, 4 in the box, including McNeil. Strong header from the tall Johnson. Seen the odd little flash, haven't we, with Dale Taylor, but they need to get him on the ball more, you feel, Forest. Crowd getting excited as McNeil gets it, but he's pushed wide. Still manages to get his cross in. Loose ball dropping here for Gore. Shoot, they say, but he passes instead. Well, Aaron Bott was worried about that as Garnacho curled for the corner. It wasn't far away.
Yeah, the ball played to him was absolutely perfect. Just rolled to him so he could wrap his foot round it. Oh, it does really well. It's not hit too hard. He can... just bend it into a good area. Always starting a bit too wide from Garnacho.
Excellent jump from Gore. Front 2, Stewart for Forest.
Well, the system means they're playing quite a way apart at the moment, because Collins is trying to play the number 10 role at times, so we haven't really seen those two link up with each other. They're both good players in their own right. You'd like to see them combine and cause United problems. Where United aren't having much success is when they go from back to front. Nottingham Forest's back 3, back 5 at times, are winning the ball in the air. Doesn't stay up there.
Or Collins have definitely got to get up there, you feel, in between, if they are going to stay as wide split as they are, as Saparos. Saparosong trying to use some of that power and frame. Important bit of hold-up play there to keep possession for El Johnson. Here's McDonald. Finally, it's all square. Vitek can't believe it. David De Gea watches on. and he will feel for his young colleague here.
Well, what a bad moment for the goalkeeper, but brilliant for him. He's been good, hasn't he, pal? He combined on 2 or 3 occasions there with Collins. His first touch is good. He hits it okay. The keeper should save it. Of course he should. Let's give credit to Powell. He struck it.
Good positioning, and you've got a feel for anyone who makes a costly error on a night like this, an occasion as big as this, in front of this many fans, when they just don't play in front of this many
Extra time.
fans, obviously, or anything like it. But he's got plenty of time to still be a hero tonight. He might end up being the hero, of course, if it goes all the way to a penalty shootout. But we've had a slip between both clubsmen tonight.
You've got to forget it now. You can't let it worry him. Got to concentrate on the next 45 minutes, the second half. Or maybe longer if it goes to extra time. What he can't do is make a second mistake.
That handling we were talking about, it'll be interesting to see if Powell delivers any more of those good left-footed balls in. Will he be brave and come and grab as he would have done prior to that? That's, well, as they always say, it's all part of the learning curve when you're at this level. McNeil running the line, no flag here. Can United grab their lead back right on half-time? We're into the one and only added minute. And Hansen couldn't quite keep it in. McAdam trying to whip up the Forest fans here. And he's done a good job, the cheerleader.
He may have been the player that was playing everybody onside when that ball was played forward to McNeil. In the end, he got round on the cover and stopped Mather getting to it.
$19.99 the last time Forest fans were inside Old Trafford. None of this lot were even born. Well, what a good half that was to watch. And this
there's still a desire to win. Desire to win.
Dale Taylor, the Northern Ireland international, with one on target there for V. To save.
Yeah, good technique. The ball's behind him. Gets enough on it. And that was Vitek at his best. It does bounce up nicely for him, but good save. Safe hands as well.
Set pieces, well, they've had plenty of them, Forest, and this was another headed opportunity, this time for Justin Hanks, after his midfield colleague McDonnell had missed earlier.
Yeah, actually, it's quite a difficult header in the end. He's fighting for his space, he stops himself, jumps, couldn't quite get the timing right.
Young player of the year for Manchester United this season has been Alejandro Garnacho. He's had himself a Premier League debut at Old Trafford against Chelsea not so long ago. They've been trying to get him the ball in dangerous positions like this.
Yeah, Gore sets him up nicely, just rolls the ball to him, doesn't have to take a touch. He can just wrap his foot round it, but starts it actually too wide. Certainly haven't seen the best of Garnacho or McNeil. For that matter. This is a good view of how wide it was. Never really threatened Bot.
And then, just before the break, Forest on terms. If you don't buy a raffle ticket, you can't win the raffle. And Josh Powell had a go, and he got a bit of fortune with Radek Vitek letting it slip through his grasp.
Yeah, Garnacho went to sleep and allowed Powell to get in behind him. And it's a good strike, but you have to say it's a disastrous moment for the goalkeeper. You have to feel sorry for him, but I think Forest deserved that.
So an even scoreline for an even first half. 7 shots to 6 in United's favour. 3-2 on target. We've seen a fair few set plays, especially for Forest. No cards yet. 1 goal each, the all-important numbers though. Now while we wait for the second half, let's go back a year. Last season's FA Youth Cup final saw Aston Villa and Liverpool contesting the final at Villa Park. Watching for us, Gary Taphouse.
Barry, it's a good run by Arjun Raiki here. He's kept that in play as well. Here's an opportunity for Christine, and he's buried it beautifully. Aston Villa take the lead in style here. Arjun Raiki getting the better of Connor Bradley. And how about this for a finish from Ben Christine? Beautifully placed past Harvey Davis. off Revan, and that is 2-1, and a totally different complexion to this final. Oh, that's gone over Bradley to Brad Young. Now Ramsey gets it back from Barry. Ramsey just couldn't quite dig it out. Davis makes the save. Well, he'd have enjoyed this, Ramsey, on his return from injury. Young looking for the run of Louis Barry here, and now Reiki. Oh, really good block from Stevenson. Oh, we're getting to the now or never stage for Liverpool. Morton, they're queuing up in the middle. Kwanzaa! Oh, it's straight at Marshall. That was the chance that they have been waiting for, Liverpool. It's straight at the goalkeeper. A smile on the face of the Villa players, a smile that says Aston Villa at FA Youth Cup winners.
Old Trafford once again on brilliant ambassadors for the Manchester United Foundation. Thank you to Albert Morgan, of course Brian Robson, and the Chief Executive of the Manchester United Foundation, John Shields. So again, put it in your diary, May the 21st, it promises to be an amazing occasion. It should be brilliant and it should be fantastic. So, just before we bring the boys back out for the second half, can we say a big hello to Tom, Claire and Cheryl, who travelled all the way from America to be here tonight. And of course, welcome to Jacko Carter, welcome to you. And to Caroline and Jeffrey Wood, a special welcome to you. And of course, Brendan is here with Anya, and also our friend Marcy, and our dad Paul as well. All the very best to meet you. And welcome to the Monton Dream Team and their families. Good luck in the final, the Salford Underage Challenge Cup this weekend. And also welcome to another team, More United with the Thames, and in particular Daniel. And to John Kane, to Donna, and to Kayvon, all the very best to me. I wish you all the best. And welcome to Oliver Shellinsky and Noah Parker and Ryan Parker. Enjoy the experience as well. That's happy birthday to Jamie, and a big welcome to Oliver McGurk, who's 4 years old on the 1st of June, with Nat Stewart and Uncle James, and also Will Neary, Jack Neary, along with their friends Dylan, Oliver, Thomas Mammon, along with Liam, Oliver, Royal, and Luca. And also a big welcome to George, Oscar, and Stan as well. And to Tyler Windhoff, celebrating their 8th birthday. All of us here with Brother Bruno, his parents are down at the Mansfield. He's a defender, he's under 18. Alright, all the very best indeed. Once again, Old Trafford, thank you for your fantastic turnout today. Let's give a big welcome once again back to the teams as they made their way onto the pitch for this FA Youth Cup final. We have Nottingham Forest and Manchester United. Thank you.
Well, if United skipper Rhys Bennett is to be the match winner here, he's going to have to get another goal. They've had home comforts for sure, Manchester United. favourites, not just because of their name, but because of the calibre of player they have at their academy. But they have found the tricky trees to be pretty tricky so far. Travis Binion got a good start, pegged back and on merit too, Stuart Robson. I don't think there's any denying that.
No, I think even when they scored the first goal, Manchester United, the first reaction for Travis Binion was to tell his team to pass it that little bit more, be more composed on the ball.
No changes from either bench yet. 22 starters kick off this second half, as did the first, and we're none the wiser. Nottingham Forest giving a very good account of themselves in their first ever FA Youth Cup final as United try and win it for the 11th time. One ahead of Chelsea in that all-time chart. They've seen a huge lead in that department dwindling over the last decade since they won it.
They have tried the long throw on several occasions, Nottingham Forest, or longish throw, should I say.
There's another one. And it's fallen here for Taylor. And it very nearly broke for McAdam, who was in there in the box, and he might have made contact with Radek Vitek here.
Yeah, I think he did take one to the face. But good play from that man to start with. Didn't see the best of him in the first half, but I think he's a dangerous player. He was first to react here. Good first touch, and he plays the right ball. That's a good first touch, and he sees the pass. That's the left wing back in the box, McAdam.
Safety first, of course, and some checks on the United keeper here. He looks like he's got some quality. You can see why he's already been capped at senior international level by Northern Ireland, Dale Taylor. Tidy finish to kick off their Youth Cup run in round 3 against Bristol City. Got the opener again at Peterborough, and he was the architect of their come-from-behind victory over Chelsea. Got the goal late on to make it one each. Helped make the next goal 3 minutes later. Tom Worcester is on the United bench if needed. Vitek is okay. He's got plenty of time to make up for what he will feel was an avoidable error in that first half.
Well, that's the problem with being a goalkeeper. One big mistake proves costly. Everybody sees it as well.
Kobbie Mainoo took a chance there. Got away with it. He's had his pocket pick there as well. Another Forest free kick. They are busy. They closed down well. It's Collins that time, but it's all of them.
Just on the evidence of this game, I would say that probably Manchester United have got the better technical players, the more gifted players, but Nottingham Forest game plan, their energy, their enthusiasm, their teamwork, it's been a lot better than Manchester United's.
Yet another left-footed delivery for Josh Powell, and another good one as well, 2 round the back. Can't make anything of it. McAdam there just trying to keep it in.
What an attendance we've got inside Old Trafford. Good atmosphere. Nottingham Forest bring in over 5,000 fans. This should be a night to remember for all these players.
There's barely a lad in the squad that isn't a Nottingham local and a Forest fan. Almost all of them are. Extra juice that gives you, a little bit of extra adrenaline. They're closing down well. It may cost them in terms of tiredness later, we will see. Maybe not. Here's Hansen. Lovely bit of skill. Just past Garnacho. Here's Mainoo. Important challenge there from Hanks. The danger remains with Garnacho here. Murray. Another delicate ball in from him, as it was for their opening goal. Mainu, spin, shoot. He does both. Garnacho. Forest getting their blocks in. And then it's Charlie McNeil. Good raw. McNeil on the turn for El Johnson is there.
Once again, Gerardo plays a really good ball. He doesn't just cross it, he actually passes it into the centre forward. I'm really impressed with some of his play, the right back.
One of the more senior juniors, if you like. Mark Gerardo, Spaniard. There's Hansen. Gerardo again. Going for goal, beaten out. The rebound wouldn't quite sit for McNeil. It's a corner.
Just went beyond McNeil. Bot with the save. Just talking about Gerardo. It's a good effort as well. He's a bit fortunate, the goalkeeper Bot, that he parries it into an area. It's just beyond McNeil.
Such fine margins. That is almost at the feet of United's number 9, that. Sam Mather at the corner. Garnacho. So much traffic in front of him. Another deflection, another corner. This is a good spell.
He does well just to buy himself half a yard here. Collins gets tight. Just opened up for him, but the next block came in. I think it was Abbott.
Mather will have another go. Mainu jumping. By Johnson. Really don't leave many gaps back there. Those yellow and orange shirts getting compact when it needs to be. Abbott, not the best clearance. As Mather tries to dribble his way through when it seemed entirely impossible, and indeed that was the case.
Well, it was half a dribble. Just trying to force himself through a couple of gaps. Good start to the second half for Manchester United.
But potential here for Dale Taylor. And he's got the dangerous Powell outside him. Saparosong in the middle and Taylor joining him now. Didn't have the room for that touch. Sprightly opening to this second half. And now it's Forest who have the corner in front of their fans.
He takes up some good positions, Gore, defensively. Seen that on a number of occasions, just defending that near post space when the ball's out in wide areas. He lets the centre halves go and mark in the box.
It was Taylor's outswinger that found the free head of McDonnell early in the first half. He's not going to take it here. It'll be a lefty and an innie instead. In a period where it feels like most corners at Premier League level anyway seem to hit the first man, Josh Powell could teach him a thing or two. Everyone right into the danger area so far. There's McAdam trying to do likewise, headed out by Louis Jackson. Here's a chance for Saparosong, and that's another good bit of defending. Gerardo, I think, got the touch there. It's a great flow about this. United looking strong a few minutes ago. Now it's Forest.
When he took that first touch, you expect him to hit the target here. Got a combination of Gerardo and Bennett. Well, this is an interesting decision because it looked as though McAdam got a bit of the ball there. And he must have got a bit of the player as well.
Just been told to wait there. I don't know if that means a talking to after the referee has assessed his state of play here for Gerardo.
Well, he didn't get any of the ball. My mistake.
No card. Still haven't had one. Exuberance of youth and all that. Impossible to call this. They both look dangerous. Good final.
Just waiting to see a bit of individual brilliance from one of the key players on the field. Whether that be a Taylor, Osong, or whether it's Garnacho, McNeil, Hansen, Mainu, who, as I said in the semi-final, was magnificent in the second half, came to the fore.
Great early ball that from Bott, and he wasn't just booting that downfield, he spotted Powell there.
Yeah, he'll probably be disappointed with the goal. Couldn't quite get his body in line with the ball. Stuck up that right hand, just squirmed past him.
Sometimes those bouncing ones, so they say, they're actually a little harder to deal with if they're a bit closer to you than if you can get your arm outstretched. David De Gea, who's here tonight, certainly early in his career at United, we used to see him saving those with his feet all the time, and it actually to the point where you wondered if he was ever going to use his gloves. He used to save ones like that with his feet. Every game, it was a very common thing.
And there he is, a man who's had a magnificent season for Manchester United.
Again, and he's had to, again.
Well, over the course of his United career, he's had so many good seasons. He's had two bad ones, where he was under a little bit of pressure for his position. He made lots of mistakes, he lost his confidence, he lost his place in the Spanish team. But this season, he's been back to his best, and he's saved United on many, many occasions.
He's been their player of the year on many, many occasions as well, which tells you much. 4 times, in fact. You wouldn't necessarily expect that at a club like Manchester United, you'd think, over the years of from Ronaldo to Rooney, and there's been David De Gea, even though they've not been winning anything like as much as they would like to, and as much as they would be accustomed to. Much of the success they have had has been thanks in no small part to him. There's Jackson to Gore, Mainu. Out of play there from United skipper. Apologies if you picked up some rather fruity language from him after his misplaced pass. Tensions running high and all that. Powell wins his header. It's a very physical challenge coming there. The back of Powell from Murray. Taylor, excuse me. Especially when you don't see those coming, Stuart.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He doesn't see that coming. He's trying to bring it down on his chest, and Murray comes from behind. Could have been a nasty one. Again, the referee gives a warning for the left-back Murray.
Talking to for both number 3s. We still haven't seen the yellow card yet. He was not braced for that challenge at all. But you know who has another chance here. Josh Powell. Saparo Song. Not many touches of the ball, not many chances to do a bit of that. Showed the power that he's got. Capability of bulldozing his way through. He's clearly got a finish on him. He can't score 11 times in the league and 5 more in the cup run. He is their top scorer by a distance without having some of that, but he's not had the ball at his feet. From that one time, he had control, but he was pretty tightly marked and the shot was blocked. Here's another one of those long Forest throws in towards him. That's a United head that's put it behind and right on the hour mark. Nottingham Forest have another corner.
It's going to be the outswinger. Just starting to grow in confidence in this second half again, Nottingham Forest.
That's the first substandard ball he's put in, which, given that he's had about 10 of them, still a pretty good ratio. Josh Powell. That's too deep.
I would say it's been a very frustrating evening for the centre forward, McNeil, so far. In all the rounds you've seen his brilliance at making runs in behind, getting down the side of defenders, finishing it well. Hasn't shown us too much of that so far.
And that back three, with hard-working midfielders in front of them, have really denied that space. In general terms, not been many instances at all of seeing technically gifted forward players of Manchester United do their thing, which is a huge credit to Warren Joyce and his players.
Talk about youth team players going on, making it. So in that game, half-time, Aston Villa beating Liverpool, and Ramsey now playing for Aston Villa's first team.
Half an hour, and maybe half an hour more. Powell again. 62 minutes so far, he'd have to be up there for the man of the match. Hammond with the header clear towards Powell, who won his own header. It's a little bit of a soft header there from young Louis Jackson. Bobby Maynard with the foul. Another Forest free kick. They have given them a lot of set pieces, Stuart.
Well, at the moment, United can't get going. They can't get their passing game together. They can't get it into the front players with enough quality. Must be a little bit worried. 62 minutes in. Another set play, as you mentioned, the in-swinger from Powell.
Mainu backpedaling. It's Johnson, launches it back up into the mix. Mainu's up there again. Johnson just gets enough on that. Bott with the clearance. Hacks was strong. Kobe Mainu got the ball, but by foul means, according to referee Josh Smith.
He was just on the wrong side, Mainu. Hanks was trying to get away from him.
Well, Isaac Hansen has shown so much quality this season for Manchester United. His opportunities tonight, though, have been limited to show the big crowd what he's got. And he will play no further part here. Maxi Oyedele is on for him. There he is, coming on here as he did against Wolves in the semi-final. Real opportunity for him. And up top, Stuart mentioned we've not seen much of Charlie McNeil, who's been so good, especially in this cup run. His replacement will feel pretty unfortunate to not have been playing more in the cup run himself. Joe Hugill is actually the top scorer for the under-18s this season, but hasn't tended to start as Charlie McNeil has dropped down, if you like, from the PL2 squad. Well, Hugill is on here. 12 goals in the league this season.
I think McNeil wasn't happy about being taken off, but he didn't do enough to justify staying on the field. Some of the quality into him wasn't good enough. Haven't had enough possession in good areas, maybe, Manchester United. But when the ball did come into his feet, his first touch wasn't quite good enough. He allowed the defender to get in front of him when balls were coming from back to front. Sometimes as a centre forward you have to battle it out, and that's not what the manager saw from his main centre forward.
That looked out of play from Murray. Apparently not. Just a couple of instances where the ball went back to Aaron Bott as well. Kind of expected to see Charlie McNeil really closing him down, and he didn't. I just wondered, it's the sort of thing sometimes managers see and not overly impressed with. Meanwhile, Forest number 9 has his own travails here. That is two absolute mainstays of this team that have got hooked by Travis Binion with half an hour to play. On a stage this big, the youngsters will be gutted for sure, and understandably so. All good fuel though. Those two would have arrived here tonight knowing they're starting, thinking, can I be the lad that makes the difference? Can I score the winning goal? Can I create something with a moment of magic? Well, two more have got the chance now. Yadelli and Hugill on for Manchester United. No changes as yet from the Forest bench. They've got through some work, so you'd think the legs might start to tire, especially if we need another half hour. Here's Powell, who's really put the miles in. Right-footed cross plucked out of the sky by Vitek.
And then Murray just went to sleep there. Powell got in behind him. You can see he's quite happy to use his right foot, just didn't get enough bend on it. He's got to be pleased with the last 10-15 minutes. Warren Joyce. United have lost their way here. Little change in the personnel. Delhi's going to play in midfield alongside Gore. It means Manu will play higher up the field in the number 10 role, the position that Hansen was playing in.
Look at that. Just shy of 67,500 at Old Trafford. Charitable foundations being the recipients of the much lower than usual gate fees, of course, as Stuart mentioned earlier. £1 to get in. Excellent to do that and get as many in as possible. 67,000 who can say, I saw him play when he was 17 in the Youth Cup final once. About whom, though, we wonder. Powell into Collins. Collins to McDonald.
Well, it's Nottingham Forest who are dictating the play here. When they do get possession, they've got more options. They can pick out their passes. Travis Binion still saying to his side, move the ball, keep passing it.
Collins gets there, sheer desire. Gerardo missed his kick for the first time tonight. This is Carl McAdam. Not sure we've seen a touch yet, although right on cue, here's one for one of the substitutes. Here, Delhi breaking from central midfield. Berardo. Been up this end of the field for a while, Manchester United. Well, could be Manu asking for more from the fans. The fans might be asking for more from the home players here.
Yeah, different role for him now. Collins has got a problem, maybe a bit of cramp. We said he used a lot of energy, probably nervous energy before the game. The Nottingham Forest players came out almost an hour before kick-off, warming up, full of enthusiasm.
And, a shout from Warren Joyce, I think, for a few to go warm up. Well, these are the goals. A retaken free kick. Nodded in by Reece Bennett to give Manchester United the lead. And then that from Josh Powell.
Yeah, being one of the players of the game, Josh Powell. Good to see the United players just giving a pat on the back to the goalkeeper. He knows he's made a mistake. On such a big night. Well played, this man. He's been excellent.
Got through the miles as well as showing some quality on his delivery, that's for sure. He's got his reward here. Started all but 2 of their league games this season. They played 25 times. Forest 1 to play against Manchester United, but not at Old Trafford in front of 67,000, that's for sure. Now, Sam Collins okay to walk off. A little bit of treatment. If it was just cramp, you should think he'll be fine. Party atmosphere. 20 to go. And maybe more besides. Here's Kobe Mainu. Cheekily done. And there's Pharrell Johnson with a toe in to stop Sam Mather, who will probably take this corner himself. It's him again. Reece Bennett got up well, and a firm header. It looked good as well, down towards that bottom corner. We'll never know. Forest got their blocks in again. They've done that very well.
Yeah, it was a good jump from the centre-back, good delivery. I don't think the Forest players knew too much about it. It's just got the crowd going. It's now got United on the front foot, maybe.
Well, you would think they're due a spell because they haven't had one since the restart. Rarely at any level of any football match do you see the team be off it as such. You understand there will be a Forest change and Collins will be making way shortly, but meanwhile this is Mather again. First time cross from Gerardo, he has got right underneath that one. And here comes that change. Ben Perry on. Real disappointment for Collins. Maybe it was more than cramp, Stuart.
Well, he had to get through a lot of work, did Collins. Talked about his role in the team. He was playing almost in the number 10 role, but he had to also get out wide to close down. He had to join his midfield players, go that little bit deeper at times, and he did the job quite well. Here's that chance in the air again, or half a chance. Great leap, and there it hits Jackson. He was in the right place at the right time for Forest.
Garnacho trying to make things happen. They've done a good job of surrounding him when that ball's come in. In fairness to them, they've surrounded most of the players when the ball's come into them. Had a lot of time and space to do their thing. And that's good work right there from Misapa Osong. Here's Powell again. Only one in the box, but more arriving. Powell's gone for another one, and he got hold of that. I'd like to see where that was going. It looked pretty close to that corner, didn't it? I think he knows it.
He struck it well. Jackson, the player in the way. He's had a decent game, the left-sided centre-back, the player that came in the team for United, Jackson. The first team that was released by United, Fredrickson was the centre-half.
An older and more regular player in there, Tyler Fredrickson. 16-year-old Louis Jackson. With a late shout, you're starting. There must have been butterflies. I know kids are confident, but there's Powell. They'd light to the pressure tonight, as many have performed excellently for Forest. McAdam. Delhi getting back there to smother the cross, and Vitek doing likewise.
Yeah, good hands from the keeper. Under a little bit of pressure. A decent second half. Things he has had to do. Not had to make any great save at the moment. So that's where you need the centre forward, Hugill, to get himself in the way, get his body in the line with the ball, make the defender have to foul him.
Oh, Garnacho brought down there. It's outside the box. There was a covering defender. Oh, he's given a penalty.
Well, I think he got the nod from the assistant referee here. He took his time, the referee. He had a look over at the assistant referee, and it's the assistant referee that gave it.
Well, the officials are learning too. We mustn't forget that, but I think that's got to be a mistake. He's booked for it, and that's absolutely right, Zach Abbott, but it looked like it was outside the box, inside the D. It's his own mistake, Stuart.
Yeah, it's just outside the box. They try and play up from the back. His touch wasn't great. Garnacho takes a good touch, lifts it over him, and it's outside the box.
Oh, it's such a big call on such a big night, and I'm afraid it's the wrong one between them. They've not got it right. And Aaron Bott, who made a mistake, has a chance to atone for it here. Garnacho from 12 yards scores. Manchester United lead again in the Youth Cup final at Old Trafford. They're a bit lucky on their free kick opener, a bit lucky on the penalty too.
Well, there's two ways you can look at it. Yes, it was the wrong decision to give a penalty, but he could easily have sent Abbott off. But United won't mind about that. They're 2-1 up. Good penalty, Garnacho. And that's why when people complain about VAR, that would have sorted it out. Frustration for him. His team have played well in this second half. One of the only times they have tried to play out from the back, and they got it all wrong. Good pressure from Garnacho. He saw the danger. He read what was going to happen. And then the penalty. I think he knows the goalkeeper's going to his left or the keeper's right, and he just rolls it in the other side.
Sixth goal for him in this Youth Cup run across 5 of their ties, but this is it. We're just talking about closing down earlier. They hadn't done it. They did it then. It was 3-on-3. But it's outside the box. He's going to be devastated on two fronts. One, that his slightly heavy touch has cost him so dearly there. And when he sees it back, or when someone tells him, he's going to be fuming about the decision.
I'm not sure it was a great ball from Johnson that was played into him. He played it a bit firmly, so he had to take a touch. He couldn't just take his first touch into the space. He had to try and control it first, and he miscontrolled it.
Well, they come from behind once. They came from behind and got a late equaliser against Chelsea. They've got to do it again here, Forest. They've shown tons of guts already in this cup run. Test of character here. So far they've passed all of those. They're not lacking in character, they might be lacking in legs. Let's see what it does to their energy levels. It could knock the stuffing out of them, I suppose.
They are thinking about making a substitution here.
Gore playing it forward. Here's Bennett.
It's now a case of have United got the quality to keep the ball high up the field and stop Nottingham Forest get any sort of foothold in the game.
"10 minutes plus whatever is added on. A precious lead for the youngsters of Manchester United on home turf.
Well, I think here's the man that actually made the decision for the referee. The referee had a look at him. And I think he gave the decision, or told the referee it was inside the box. He was right in line with it as well.
We had a whole host of Manchester United fans behind him, screaming penalty, I'm sure. Justin Hanks is the player coming off here. Joe Gardner, their second top scorer in the league, it has to be said. Behind Sapper Osong is coming on. Still no Jack Nadine, who scored 3 times in this run and has been a real danger. There's Gardner. Come on and be a hero, young man. That'll be the message.
Well, they've got to press the ball high up the field now. Warren Joyce is urging his team to go and find that extra gear. Go and press the ball, go and win it back, get it forward into your front players. Well, it was a foul first time. He was grabbing hold of the shirt of Sapper Osong, and that's why he's got a yellow card.
United skipper in the book, joining the unfortunate Abbott.
Yeah, reckless challenge. Easy one for the referee to give.
Early times, I know, but it looks like Gardner's gone right side.
Yeah, he certainly has. There he is, the substitute.
There's an instance of Manchester United failing to keep the ball when they've been dominating. You might think that attack would be the best form of defence. I'm not sure that's the case, though. And here is Gardner battling away, fouled at least twice, kept on running, and he's still running as Powell now comes in field. Needed more on that, though. Rare touch for Hugill there.
Haven't seen enough of this man running in behind Manchester United. There he did try and run in, but the ball was overhit. Not sure we've seen him at his best. What a night it could be for Travis Binion. We talk about the young players. It's always great for the coaches as well.
If he doesn't know it already, he certainly will later. The side are fortunate to be in front here. Don't think you'd find a neutral anywhere that would say they've been the better side. It's been a good, even contest. It may yet go the distance. 6 minutes plus stoppage time separating these United youngsters from glory.
Good chase in, Hugill. That little bit of pace there. Won his team a corner.
With the match winner in waiting to take it, Garnacho. Starved of the ball largely tonight, but he's found a way to affect the game when it mattered. His cross wasn't ideal, solidly headed clear.
I think it's been a good game, it's been an entertaining game. It's been hard fought, but I don't think we've really seen any one player stand up and be the outstanding player and say he's going to go on and make it, become a top-class player in this match. He's been as good as anybody, hasn't he, pal? Some of the star players have been a little bit disappointing.
Sam Mather making way here. Sonny Al-Joffrey.
Just going back to that, these players have been under so much pressure coming into this game. The build up, knowing that there's going to be 60-odd thousand here. Manchester United desperate to have a good end to the season after their first team have played so poorly.
Plymouth boy. Now a Youth Cup finalist for Manchester United.
I think Manu is going to play that little bit deeper now. And here comes the long throw again from Hammond. It's a fairly decent one as well.
Ben Hammond in towards the Osong. No one got a touch.
Well, that's not the best of throws, because if everybody misses it, that's exactly what happens. It goes out for a goal kick. There's some of the players that were part of that FA Youth Cup winning team many years ago. Nicky Butt. Ryan Giggs, of course. He was just before that group of players.
Famed class of '92. Scholes, a couple of Nevilles, some chap called Beckham.
And everybody that saw that team said the best player in that group at youth team level was Nicky Butt. There he is. Midfield player that, you know, a lot of games for Manchester United. Manchester United over the years have done brilliantly to get so many of these youth players into the first team, and that man was the person that put them in mainly in the latter years. What a director's box that is. Full of personalities. Former England manager, not very long, Sam Allardyce.
Dwight York scored a few goals here for Sir Alex, that is for sure.
I think we might be keeping him up at the moment. Had that great partnership, didn't he, with Andy Cole and Teddy Sheringham. Look at all those trophies that that man won there, Sir Alex Ferguson. What a brilliant manager, what a brilliant leader he was of this football club. His vow was to knock Liverpool off their perch. He certainly did that, didn't he? No surprise some of these Nottingham Forest players have got a bit of cramp here. I said right at the beginning of the game, you lose so much energy, nervous energy, before such a big game like this. They're not used to it. The pitch is big. Great surface to play on. but it will take it out of the legs, that's for sure.
They do have one more change if they need it. Wes Brown on the left. Brian Robson on the right.
And let me tell you, he was England's best midfield player for quite some while during the 80s. One of the hardest players to play against. Full of running, strong, good in the air, goal scorer. Been associated with Manchester United now for many, many years. Started at West Brom, managed Middlesbrough for a while.
8 minutes of stoppage time. If Forrest had got the legs and the belief, there's time, but not while the ball's down here. Garnacho whipping the crowd up. They've enjoyed the chance to do that tonight, the United boys, haven't they?
Well, it's very much in fashion at the moment.
Especially at Old Trafford.
At Old Trafford. There's another substitution.
Aaron Corpel is on. Jamie McDonnell, the captain, has made way. He's not moving well either. Hugill. Forest ball, 1 out of the 8 has gone.
I'm not sure the throw was quite there.
No, he's pinched not more than an inch, I think, maybe about 15 feet. Burrell Johnson.
He was never going to get away with that one, was he? And he's going to have another long run up at it.
Taking at least half of it back. Let's see if he can get into the United half with this one.
Well, you can see the funny side of it.
Good long throw. Look how many bodies in there. Oyedele did well. Here's Garnacho. Can they put the seal on it with a late third here? Garnacho going for glory and nearly finding the roof of that net.
Well, it's taken a long time, but there's the quality of Garnacho. Haven't seen him running with the ball too much. Could he have played it wide? Probably could have done. The defender just backed off enough for him to get the left foot shot in. He'll be disappointed he didn't actually hit the target.
That fair enough to go for it?
I think so.
Oyedele's in such a good position.
I think the fact that the defender backed off, he was waiting for Garnacho to play it wide.
Five and a half to play. So used to seeing video assistants at senior level of football now. In many ways it's quite refreshing when you don't have it until you're on the wrong end of it, as Forest have been tonight.
There's those Forest fans. They've made their trip here in numbers. It's been a great occasion. Let's hope at some point Nottingham Forest get back to where they were many, many years ago as one of the top teams in England.
Bott got right underneath that. They did it late against Chelsea. They're going to have to do it even later here, and they've got to defend this first. Garnacho. Still Garnacho. He's got another one. He's been the star of this Youth Cup run, and there's no doubt now Manchester United are lifting the trophy. Alejandro Garnacho with a double.
Well, we said it. Once the players get tired and the game gets spread, the top players will come to the fore. And in the last 10-15 minutes, Garnacho has shown what a good player he is. Big smile from Sir Alex Ferguson and all those supporting United. That should be the FA Youth Cup coming to Manchester. and Manchester United.
He was never going to pass that. You could see he wanted to make room to get the shot away. There's the tired clearance coming in from Hammond. A little bit of luck as it deflected its way through.
It comes off in the end. Johnson. This is the bit of skill. Not so much there. This one here where he threatens to shoot with his right, chops it back onto his left. And Johnson's a bit unlucky, of course he is. But the goal goes down to Garnacho. Looked as though it was on target. Deceives Abbott, and then a good finish.
The margin calls have gone their way. They've had the rub of the green for sure, and they're also going to have the touch of the silver. This has never been 3-1 in terms of the balance of play, not in a million years, but the history books won't say that. They'll say that Manchester United won the cup, and they'll say that Alejandro Garnacho scored 2. He's got time for a hat-trick if he's quick, and we don't need this. There's not been a nasty challenge in this game.
Hugill's going to get a yellow card, I think.
Absolutely unnecessary.
Well, frustration, of course, for Nottingham Forest. The players that don't need to get involved are the Manchester United players. Hugill was involved, so too probably the best Nottingham Forest player, Powell.
Substitute cautioned. Hasn't really been able to get involved in the game since coming on. He won't care a jot about that. He's a couple of minutes away from a winner's medal. The tired clearance there from Johnson. They scored 3 times from the 86th minute mark onwards in their semi-final against Chelsea, but it's too big a gap to bridge now for Forest.
Well, they've run out of energy. He worked so hard throughout the first 70 minutes or so. They're closing down, their work rate to run forward and get on the ball. It was going to take its toll. When that second goal went in for United, you can just see the spirit went out of them.
Rawls greeting the challenge from Kobe Mainu on the substitute. Aaron Corpel there. Anywhere will do with that kind of clearance at this time of the game with the scoreline like this, as Powell drills it back in, and it's out again by Louis Jackson. What a night for him.
Well, it's been a great night for youth football, hasn't it? Record crowd, great setting, decent game as well.
Garnacho tracked all the way by Johnson, who slipped but managed to get his foot in from the ground, and there are seconds left now, and only that.
And the most promising player in the 2 sets of players has now come to the fore, hasn't he, Garnacho? Now we can see his quality. We didn't really see it in the first half, but in the last 10-15 minutes he's really come to the fore.
We're into 99. That was the last time Forest came here. We almost hope they get to come here again in the Premier League next season. They've done a lot of things well, including their youngsters in this cup run. But it is Manchester United that win the FA Youth Cup. It is Alejandro Garnacho that has won it for them tonight. It's a cracking final. It was an even contest. The scoreline a little flattering, if we're honest, Stuart, but their quality shone through in the end.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Travis Binion won't have been overly pleased with some of the football his team played, because we saw them in previous rounds where they were brilliant. Played some really enterprising football. They looked a threat every time they went forward. That wasn't quite the case today, but they've shown resilience. Eventually, the best players came to the fore in Garnacho and Nottingham Forest, for all their effort and work rate, and at times quality, didn't have that end product, did they? We didn't see probably enough of the 2 front players Taylor, I thought, looked a decent player, but didn't get enough of the ball. Collins ran his heart into the ground, but again, didn't really do enough. And it's a great win for Manchester United.
They have won the FA Youth Cup for the 11th time. Forest in their first final can be entirely proud of their performance on the night and to get this far. But the cup belongs where it used to belong every year once upon a time. It's Travis Binion and Manchester United who've won it. 3-1, the final score. Well, precious memories, Stuart, here. Even, not that they'll think it right now, but even for those on the losing side.
Yeah, they'd be disappointed that they've lost the game, but they know most of those players played really well. They'll be happy with their own individual performances. Yes, disappointed, of course. But this has been a great night for them. Those travelling fans. Nottingham Forest are a club on the up at the moment under Stevie Cooper. Warren Joyce has done a really good job with this shoe side. Yes, wanted to got those tears, but they played with a lot of heart, they played with a lot of passion, and they also played with a bit of quality as well.
There is a path to progress for sure at Nottingham Forest right now. Remains to be seen whether there'll be a Premier League outfit next term or not. If they're not, we might see some of these youngsters even more. As for United, we shall see. Tougher to break through. Let's take a look at some of the main moments from this final now. A twice taken free kick. Put United in front there through Reece Bennett, Stuart.
Yeah, and the player that I thought was slightly at fault, Johnson, should be getting himself in line with the ball and heading it away, and he lets it go in, and once he let it go in, there was every chance that Bennett would get there. Good header from him.
The Forest were well worthy of equalising. They did so in slightly curious circumstances. A good hit, certainly from Josh Powell, but Radek Vitek, well, he'll be OK now because his side have won the game, but this was a bit of a howler.
You won't want to see that too many times, but Powell played well and deserved his goal.
Here's the killer moment, though, and the killer decision. Zach Abbott, pressurised. He definitely fouled Garnacho, but he definitely didn't foul him inside the box. The penalty was the call after some deliberation.
Yes, good actually play by Garnacho to lift it over the challenge, and his penalty was just as good. Let the goalkeeper go one way and then passed it into the other corner, but it was, I think, the assistant referee that told the referee it was in the box.
Then just a bit of a tired miss kick there from Ben Hammond, and Garnacho, well, he had a couple of teammates with him, he was never passing. Yet another Youth Cup goal, 7 of them in the run. That one to make it 3-1, a bit of individual quality in front of the huge crowd. He's the standout name. We'll watch his progress with interest. And that looks like an Argentina flag that he has taken there, Stuart, which will be interesting given his international background, past, present and future. That's a pretty clear message, isn't it?
Yeah, clear indication who he's going to try and play for. And that's why Argentina invited him into the first team squad to train with the likes of Lionel Messi and all those top-class players. And he today didn't have his best game of the tournament, but in that last 10-15 minutes you saw his quality. He can run with the ball, he can twist and turn, he can shoot with both feet, and that's why he's getting the hugs and congratulations from Travis Binion.
It's a good place to be, the life of Alejandro Garnacho right now. He's got Spain and Argentina fighting over his allegiance. He's just won the Young Player of the Year. He's just scored 2 goals out of 3 as his club win the FA Youth Cup in front of 67,000 at Old Trafford. Special memories indeed, and the funny thing is, you sense from talking to older players nowadays, Stuart, that they're obviously special right there and then, but the memories that become more special the older you get, as you look back on them fondly.
Absolutely. All these players, whatever they do in their career, will always remember this game, this run in the competition. And I'm including the Nottingham Forest players as well. It's been a great tournament for them. The first time they've got to the Youth Cup final. I have to say the keeper will be very relieved. He looks a good goalkeeper. We've seen throughout the tournament he is a good goalkeeper, but that mistake will probably haunt him for a little while, but it hasn't cost his team the cup now. He's obviously going to come back stronger, hopefully, from that mistake. He had a good second half and showed good character.
And I'm sure that's exactly what Warren Joyce is saying to his Nottingham Forest players here, that you could come back stronger. He won't just be saying all the right things for the right reasons, he'll be meaning it, because they've been brilliant. 7 wins in a row coming into this. Patches of that second half where they look the more likely to get the third goal in this game. But as they tired, did they really create enough? Didn't see much of that front two as it happened. It felt like it was going to come probably from wide right, really, and Powell, maybe set pieces. But United weren't creating much against them until maybe those legs started to go just in the final 20 minutes or so of the final. Warren Joyce has been around the block and seen plenty in terms of youth team football. He'll know his side were a match tonight. And a little word for the officials there.
I don't think they were words of congratulations. The handshake might have been, but there's the shake of the head from Warren Joyce. But I think Nottingham Forest played some decent football. They worked hard, but there was a lack of creativity in that top third of the field. We talked about the front two not really linking up with each other. And when you look at Vitek, did he have to make a big save in the second half? Not really. And that was the problem for Nottingham Forest. We didn't see the best of that man there, Taylor. I think he's an exceptional player. There's no question about that. But it wasn't his night tonight.
May well be one of the next cabs off the rank for Steve Cooper, the Forest manager, who's here watching on and has promoted youth. We've seen a bit of that for Manchester United this season, not just Garnacho, but far more regularly. Anthony Elanga getting regular games under Ralph Rangnick. They're about to get their hands on a very precious medal, and that cup. They were 5 and 6 years old, these United players, when Manchester United last won it. Will Keane and Michael Keane, Paul Pogba, Jesse Lingard. And Travis Binion was on the wrong end of that night. And he was still Manchester United manager.
One of the players in their FA Youth Cup winning side, Lavelle Morrison, was one of the players that everybody was talking about. Didn't quite fulfil his potential.
And you never know. You look at it and you think, well, he looks a player and that one's got some potential, and sometimes it works out that way, sometimes it doesn't. You would think many, if not all, of these boys will have a career somewhere in the league.
And sometimes when you're young players, it's always inevitable there's going to be some inconsistency. I've watched McNeil throughout the tournament where he's looked magnificent for Manchester United. Looks like a born goal scorer, makes all the right runs, he's got plenty of pace. Tonight, it didn't happen for him. Maybe the service wasn't quite good enough for him, but he didn't make it for himself either. And that's frustrating. He wanted to show his quality tonight, and he'll be probably one of the players that will be frustrated.
Goals in rounds 3, 4, 5 and 2 here in front of a good crowd against Wolves in the semi-final. Charlie McNeil. Warm applause from the majority of the crowd for the match officials. There's one corner from which the praise is not so forthcoming.
Nigel, I'm not sure the Nottingham Forest supporters would have seen whether that was in the box or outside the box from the position there and up the other end of the pitch. But it was a tight one, and unfortunately the assistant referee advised the referee to give a penalty, and it wasn't the right decision. But it all happened very quickly, didn't it?
Well, Forest beat Scunthorpe, they beat Reading, they beat Everton from behind. Blackburn in the quarters, Chelsea in the semis. It's not the medal they wanted, but they absolutely should be very proud of what they've done. Almost all the players in this squad, Nottingham born and bred, Forest fans, they'd love to have gone one more. It wasn't to be. It'll be strange, many of the same players meeting again in the league at the weekend as the Under-18 Premier League comes to a close.
Congratulations and show your appreciation to Manchester United.
And here come the winners. Al Joffrey off the bench there after McNeil, such a regular goal scorer. Sam Mather, their number 7, goals in rounds 3, 4 and 5. Mainu, Hugill and the rest.
Well, a lot of the crowd have stayed here to watch this trophy lift. Just listen to the noise when that trophy goes above the head of the captain.
The excellent Gerardo takes his place. Garnacho in at the back, and some of those who didn't quite make the matchday squad suited and booted and ready to join in the fun, as are the young fans. And this magnificent crowd, 67,500, as Rhys Bennett, the skipper, steps up to be the first Manchester United captain since 2011 to do this. Youth Cup winners 2022, Manchester United at Old Trafford. Precious moments they will never forget in front of a bumper crowd, and we will watch their progress over the years with great interest. What moments for these young boys.
Yeah, brilliant for all these young players. Now they've got to move on. They've got to go and become first-team players, hopefully at Manchester United, maybe elsewhere. That's going to be their careers. Can they go and be top-class players? Certainly Garnacho has the quality to be a really top-class player.
They thank their fans, the Forest players. They're off down the Old Trafford tunnel and milking it, and absolutely, why wouldn't you? Every minute of it, every touch of the cup possible. Glory, glory, Man United it is indeed, for the 11th time. Silverware is expected at this football club, Stuart.
Well, they've got it. Here it is. Maybe not what they wanted at the start of the season in terms of the first team, but the youth team have done them proud here. And so have the crowd. Turned up in their numbers. Wanted to see the next range of players.
Many even younger than them have made it in for this evening, with all the proceeds going to charitable foundations. Youth to the fore in every sense, Stuart.
Absolutely. The club did a good thing, making it £1 to get in. Look at all these youngsters. They were probably United supporters beforehand, but this will just back that up. It's been a great night in terms of Manchester United's youth system. It's been a great night for youth football as a whole, and it's been very entertaining. Can't wait for next year's cup run to start. It should be just as good.
Rhys Bennett, the captain, with the cup in his hands. A goal scorer too. Magic night for him and all of his colleagues. Celebrations now and to come as the proud holders of the cup. It is their 11th. That's 2 more than Chelsea, who've been catching them up in a hurry over the last decade or so.
Here's Murray, the left-back, who had a decent game. He was up against it against Powell. That was a good battle. Committed 1 or 2 fouls, but got away with it. And there's the man that scored the opening goal, Bennett. And he did a good job of leading the team, particularly when they were struggling in that second half.
Garnacho will be the name because he scored 2 and because he's had an electric run. Let's take a look at some of the main moments in which he is very much involved. First chance of the game came from Jamie McDonnell, the skipper, and it was a good chance, Stuart.
Certainly was. Good delivery into the box. He got a run on the defenders. Just past that far post.
This header did find its way in, though. Sneaky little ball. Glanced home by Reece Bennett.
Well, the ball's an excellent one. I think they're lucky to be able to take this free kick. They tried to take it quickly, and the referee got them to take it again, and the second delivery was much better. And there you can see he's onside. He gets across the front of his marker. Good header.
Pharrell Johnson maybe just leaving it. Bott maybe just done by the skipping ball a little close to him. There was enough pace on it, though. Dale Taylor looks like he's got some quality for Forest. He's just about on target, I think.
Yeah, we didn't see the best of Taylor today, but that was his moment to shine. Just behind him, good volley. Bounces nicely for the keeper, Vitek.
Another set piece for Forest. They had a lot of them. Another headed opportunity, this time for Justin Hanks.
Yeah, when you see he's the player that adjusts, starts to run forward, then has to stop his run and get the jump in and just mistimes it. It's a good effort from the midfield man.
Alejandro Garnacho was one that a lot of people were looking forward to seeing tonight. Pretty good tabs on him, Forest. But, this one eventually came his way via Dan Gore.
Oh, Dan Gore sets him up nicely. And he tries to wrap his foot round it and bend it into that far corner. But he always started it too wide. Nice ball from Gore, just rolls it to him so he can hit it first time. Started by McNeil out on the left-hand side. One of his better moments.
His moment would come, though. This moment was for Josh Powell. It was a real threat from open play and certainly from set pieces. And he ended up having a go with his stronger left foot here, and a moment to forget for Radek Vitek in the Manchester United goal. That was 1-1, and it was only just before half-time as well. But I think, on balance, a deserved leveller for Forest, even if the manner of it was an odd one.
Yeah, and if Vitek had that shot at him 100 times, he'd save it 99. He just lost his concentration. The ball squirms under his body. Real shame for him, but great for Powell.
It's a sharp spell early after the restart from Manchester United. I would expect Travis Binion would have been demanding more. Gerardo here letting rip, and that could have gone anywhere off the gloves of Bott, and it so nearly fell nicely for Charlie McNeil.
Yeah, Gerardo had a good game, both with his passing, with his defending. He took up some good positions, came in field at times.
And then this, a rare squeeze from United. Not an ideal touch, certainly. Garnacho doing the closing down. Certainly a foul for Zach Abbott. He wasn't the last man, but he wasn't inside the box either. After a little bit of thought, the penalty was given. Here comes the contact.
It's certainly a foul. It's certainly a poor bit of play by Nottingham Forest, trying to play it from back. Wasn't a great pass from Johnson. He hit it too firmly and slightly behind Abbott.
Huge moment then for Alejandro Garnacho. Said they shackled him pretty well up to that point, but the end game was all about him. He made it 2-1 from the spot. and at that point, it wasn't so much heart but legs that I think had gone for Forest.
Yeah, sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. It's not in the corner, doesn't need to be. Little look at the goalkeeper, sees him going one way and just passes it into the other corner.
He then wrapped it up with another individual goal. A little bit of fortune about this as well, but there was plenty of skill in the build-up too, Stuart. 3-1.
Well, that's the bit of skill, when he chops it from his right foot onto his left. Abbott, who I thought defended well for most of the game, he made the mistake, obviously, for the second goal, but his 1v1 defending was good. And he threatens to shoot with his left foot, drags it onto his right, threatens to shoot with that, and then chops it onto his left. And unfortunately for Johnson, who got back into a good position, it comes off him and into the net. But the goal goes to Garnacho, who eventually showed his true quality.
7 goals scored by him, spread across the various ties in the cup run, Alejandro Garnacho. He showed the crowd what he could do here against Leicester. And tonight, the cup belongs to Manchester United. Here are the full-time numbers then. Just 2 shots on target from Nottingham Forest. That tells you plenty. 5 from Manchester United in the end. They certainly looked the stronger side by the end, but for much of it, this was a very even contest. Well, congratulations to both clubs here for sure. A fine run from Nottingham Forest and a fine performance in this final that should not be forgotten. But in the end, Manchester United have edged it. And for the 11th time and their first for 11 years, this fine football club are winners of the FA Youth Cup. From Stuart Robson and Ben Andrews, it's good night.